Hello guys, and welcome to part 6 of my build of the King of the Mississippi. As I said in part 5, in this part I want to install the what we put on the edge of the first deck and also the rudders. Okay, I put already the wood on the edge. There's nothing much to tell about this. You only have to check that you will not go lower than the level of the planking, because it will not look nice. It's better that you lift it maybe a half millimeter over the edge, so that you have to so that you can send it even with the level of the first deck. The rudders at this moment I don't want to install. I finished already one. As you can see, I put a little bit more details in this. I don't want to install it right now at this time, because I still have to handle the hull, and I'm afraid that it will break off. Okay. I also start to make the what I call this, the buildings of the first deck. Also, not much to tell about this. Maybe there is something I have to tell. Okay. There's nothing to adjust from the curve. It fits perfectly. The only issue I have is the first, and also the front and the rear building. It does not fit in the holes of the first deck. So what I have done is to cut the notch a little bit wider, so that it will fit in these holes. I don't know why. It's for me it's a different of, I think, 2 to 3 millimeter. This is wider than the this front building, and in the rear it's the opposite. As you can see, I also have to cut this, that it will fit. The rear is not a problem, so after you plunk it, there will be seen nothing. The front, there is a small issue. I don't know if you can see it. Where the notch fit in the slot of the first deck, there is a, not to say a microscopic, but a very small gap, and it does not look really nice. Also on the back, I hope you can see this. What I want to do is, after I glue on the construction on the deck, I have to send this, still have to send this. It's only in a rough shape. I will put I think it's called floorboard there, and also on the top. That gives a nice transition to the between the planking of the building and also going to the first deck. Because if you put it on like this, it looks more like a Lego model. It's too, let's how to explain. It does not look really realistic. So that's why I want to put there a footboard, and also on the top a top board, so that the transition is nicer. What to tell about the planking of this construction? There's not much to tell. I marked the center the same like I did in the first deck. So this first plank in the center fits perfectly to the plank of the first deck, and then going outwards left and right. The imitated corner post made of 1 by 4 by 50 1 millimeter by 4 millimeter by 500 millimeters. You have to cut. It looks nicer instead to glue it directly together. It will look nicer if you sand down the edges of both sides in a 45-degree angle, so that the seam line will be in the center and not on one side. So that's why also this imitated corner post will cover up evenly left and right of this building. There will be, like this one, there will be very small gaps if you have not sanded perfectly in a 45-degree angle. So I will do the same with the rear or building on the stern side. And if you check the construction map or instruction, there will be like a grill there and here and also on the other side. You need for these horizontal bars, you have to use the brass pins. And there is one issue. I checked the parts list, and according to the parts list there are 700 pins. I took the time and counted these pins, and there are only 300. I don't know if it's the same in every kit or only in my kit. I will try to contact the company and waiting for the reply. I don't know what they have to say about it, because I want to put also nails in the plank of the hulls on the joints of the planks, so that it gives a more realistic look. I don't know if I can do this with only 300 nails. So in this case, to save me some nails, because I don't know where to buy nails this small in the Philippines, what we have here are nails, I think they are 12 millimeters, I don't know if you can see this, 12 millimeters long and roughly 1 millimeter in diameter, and it's ordinary iron nails, and for me that's okay, because some of them are a little bit rusty, so I think that also gives this model a more realistic look. I will use this for the grills because they're easy to get for me. Okay, what we also have to do after I will sand this the top side of the decks, I have to wait that the rubbing wood or whatever they call this on the edge will dry up, and then I have to sand it. The top side I will sand, I think, with a 320 grit sandpaper, because I think the top side of the deck will be more flat than the hull. The hull I only sand with 60 grit sandpaper, because this part it will be constantly underwater, so there will be no fine polish, also not in the original, so it gives a more realistic look. But the top side of the deck, there are people walking, and so that will be more flat, so I use a 320 grit. After this, I will put with a pencil the nails or the clamps on each joint, and after I do this, I will spray it with a flat clear coat, not a gloss clear coat, because I don't think even this boat at the time it was built was I don't want to say a luxury steamboat, but it was a high-class boat. But I don't think that they polished the floor of the first deck, so I will use flat clear coat, and also I will use on the side and where people walking stairs, going to the stairs, the winch on the front, and where the livestock is, and the steam, the engine house, and all like this. I will stain it a little bit darker, so that it gives an impression of a realistic look, because there is no super clean boat even the time it was built, I think. So there will be some marks. Okay, whatever. I will finish now the building of the stern side and make some speed up videos about this, or pictures. A slideshow. I don't know yet what looks better. Okay, guys. So I finish up the sanding of the hull and the first deck. I sanded with 400 grit and rounded up all the edges of the rubbing board, as you can see also on the back sides. What I also did, I stained a little bit the underside in the oak color. It's not the best, but the contrast, as I said, I don't like the very light and the very dark contrast between the hull and the underside of the deck. Whatever stain you use, it's unusual that somebody will tip over your model and look on the underside and say, "Oh, what color is this?" So, coming to the part where I will imitate the clumps who will join the planks. I'm using masking tape 6 millimeters. Make approximately 2 millimeter strip on this joint line from the planks, and I'm using a pencil pen with a 0.5 millimeter core. It's called also T-pencil. I don't know what's the right word for this. So anyway, if your joint line is super straight or slightly off, that doesn't matter. Make sure that the area you tape will be straight. On every join from 2 planks, I will make 2 clumps. So one plank is 5 millimeter in width, so you have to more or less 1 millimeter from each side you have to make a strip, and the clumps are the same length. That's the reason why I'm taping this. I will do a sample. Before you make this step, make sure that the surface of your first deck is in this finish you in the quality of what you like, because after you apply the pencil and you will have to sand it again, it will remove the marks, and all this job was for nothing. So I will continue this, but I will show you. I don't know how clearly you can see this, but that's the way I imitate the clumps between the planks, and I will continue this up to the end, from front to the end. So also this step is finished. With a little bit practice you need maybe 15 to 20 minutes for marking all the clumps on the first deck. And what now? What's the end of every plank? Sure, nails. So you also have to put markings for the nails. Maybe you can see this. I made it there. If you make the markings, what I haven't done yet, move the markings of the nails maybe 2 or maybe 3 or 4 millimeter back from the edge of the hull, because you have to put a wave breaker in front of the bow. So make the nail marks 3 or 4 millimeter back from the edge. Okay, I also will put nail marks on the first deck construction. I haven't done this yet because I have to put the wood frame on the gate. I have to install it, and also have to make the gate themselves. I glued already the boxes for the feet, for the livestocks. I put on. I will put also some what you call this, hay in this, because after you put on the second deck you cannot reach these boxes anymore, so I will make it now. I also will install this and finish this all with clear coat. Okay, so far so good. I will continue finishing the first deck, the constructions, and once again, if you finish this step, let me repeat myself, do not touch it anymore and do not sand it anymore, because it will remove the markings. The good thing is, if you're using a pencil pen, if you misfit or you mismark some of these clumps or nail points, you can remove it, so no problem. Instead, using a what they call this, pentel pen or whatever, or ball pen, once there is a failure, it's forever. You cannot remove it anymore. Okay, but after this step you have to put clear coat on it, so that all the markings you made are safe. Okay, so I covered up the top side of the first deck, because as I told you, I'm still waiting for some parts of my airbrush and all the other things I need for this kit arrived, except my pressure regulator, hose and moisture trap. So whatever, I covered it up not to touch anymore the first deck, the surface of the first deck, to protect the marks I made. I also installed the wave catcher. To put on this, you have to use the same technique I showed in, I think it's part 2, when we pre-bended the plywood for the hull, for the bow section of the hull. Make sure that it is a very accurate fit, because it will be difficult to bend it over the edge, because you do not bend it over the edge, you put it on the top side of the edge. So make sure that it will be fit perfectly before you glue it down, because the instruction says you have to soak this piece of wood, you have to soak in water and then bend it. It's hard to do without using a hot iron. So as you can see, it fits perfectly. I put on the front side, I put a piece of masking tape, mark the center, and going 4 centimeters to the left and also 4 centimeters to the right, because we have to put two 3 millimeter holes on this piece of wood. How to do this? It's nice if you have a slide caliper. In this case, it's a digital. That's the best. Whatever, you can also use a ruler or steel tape or ordinary on a slide caliper, because the holes are 3 millimeter in diameter. So I will set this caliper on 1 point. I think the best is 1.3 millimeters, because the top side of the holes are open. So it's nice if the center of this hole, it's really not easy, is slightly off. Okay. Yes. Fixed it. And then, I don't know if I can do this on camera, but using it as a scraper, make a mark there, and also there, and yes, let me check if it's really the, yeah, it's the center. Okay, so now you have the 4 centimeter mark going from the center outward, and the 1.3 millimeter mark from top to this. Using a 1 millimeter drill bit, and drill the center of this. Be very careful when you drill this hole, because you will not have enough wood to make a second wave catcher. So make sure this job, if you not sure if you can do this, try it first on a piece of wood to test this kind of work. Okay, so we have a 1 millimeter hole, using now a 3 millimeter wood drill bit. It has a thorn in the center, or a center pin, and this I will put in this 1 millimeter hole and start drilling slowly. Make it really slowly, because if the wood will break. It's a hard wood, so don't worry if you press a little bit. So you have to press a little bit. So I'm already halfway. Nothing happened yet. And just a little bit more. So it's not that difficult because this kind of wood is not there it is. On the back side I have some splice, but I can sand it down. So as you can see, I hope you can see this. There it is. It's a nice hole round, and you have to open the top side so that there will be a what you call this, an opening where you can lay through the rope or chain, whatever you're using for this, and then sand it nice and fine. I will do this also with the other side. So it did works better than I imagined. As you can see, both holes. It's not the biggest problem. You have to be careful when you drill it, not to press too hard. Okay, so I finish up and sanding it and make it nice and round, and I think the quality of these two openings are so far so good. I also have no problems. I hope you can see this in the inside. No problem about that. Okay, because it does not look really nice on the video if I cover up permanently the top of my first deck with a piece of carton, I will work on the first deck constructions, also making the gates and the doors and the grills. I will prepare some slideshows or speed up videos for this for the next video, for the next part, so part number 7. Hope you will stay with me and you enjoy, and I hope that I can help you with some maybe difficulties you will may have with this model. So let me know. Whatever. See you guys. Bye.